Aura. It is January 19th. I had my psychology meeting today. It went better than I thought it was going to go, which was great. Did a lot of talking about my childhood and kind of what happened with Sam, the pressure, how it kind of affects me now, about worried getting into a new relationship and not wanting to, have, not being strong enough to, to say what I need, basically, to allow what happened to happen again. I had to fill in. I think the hardest thing was filling in at the end. At the end, I had to fill in. Sorry. Okay, that's not the right one. Sorry, I was on my stove. It's not working. There we go. At the end I had to fill in 3 papers that kind of talked about the present, and I'm really good at talking about the past. Really good about talking about the future to a certain extent, things that I'm looking forward to. Always have to have something I'm looking forward to. The present and the future, what that looks like, that is a lot more difficult for me. I'll be beautifully honest, I don't see much of it, really. I've got a husband, I've got no children. I'm I don't know what I have to look forward to. So working through that. So that was a little bit harder. It was easier than I thought it was going to be. But yeah, still draining and extra draining because I woke up to a message this morning saying that Carol had passed away from her daughter. So I've been keeping tabs on both, checking in with both her daughter-in-law and her daughter, and so I was pretty much probably one of the first people to know. So I was then able to get a hold of my in-laws and tell them, because they're on the other island, and they are traveling with a motorhome, and they weren't due to come back till Monday, but the funeral's on Tuesday. They don't have enough time, so they have left today, and I'm sure they will be exhausted by the time it comes to the funeral, but I think it takes 2 days. They can do it in 3, but they're hoping for 4. So they've left today. They'll go to a certain spot today, and then they will go to a certain spot tomorrow and probably catch the first ferry out, I would imagine, on either Friday night or Saturday morning, and then be able to take Sunday to travel down there. Probably takes about, to get to their house, it probably takes a good, probably close to 12 hours from the top, because I think we took about 6 hours to get from Rotorua to Rotorua to Wellington, and that was going quick. And they won't be able to do that because they also have a dog as well, so they'll have to stop for the dog. But yeah, and then it's another like 4 hours from Rotorua to here. So the earliest, yeah. So they might get home sometime on Monday now, instead of sometime next week on like Thursday, Friday. The funeral is Tuesday, so I've got Tuesday off. I have another psychology appointment on Thursday, so obviously I've had the last, Thursday's my day off. So I worked last Thursday for 5.5 hours. So this Thursday, today was my first official 4-day week again, and it was full on. And so I have tomorrow off, which is nice, and then I've done the same thing next week. I've got Friday off as well after my appointment, just so I can process. And next week is actually a long weekend, so I get Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday off, which is nice. Thursday, Friday, Saturday. So I get 5 days off, which is great. Yeah, so that'll be awesome. But yeah, it went okay. Things are okay. Have I grieved? No. I will probably cry at the funeral because everybody else will be crying around me, and I do feel bad for Nigel and the kids, but yeah, I had a little bit of a tear when I was listening to worship music and writing in my journal. So yeah, I'm really thankful. I've had a couple friends check up on me to make sure I was all right. But yeah, it's been a hard day. Got a little bit of a headache. But that could be the stress and not drinking enough water. Drinking alcohol probably doesn't help. Yeah, so that is kind of me, and that's what's happening. So yeah, I'm gonna go. I wish I had better news for you, but I don't. We'll see what next week holds for the psychology appointment. I'm just making myself some chicken tenders, sour cream and chive, pasta, and some mixed vegetables. Which is great because I don't do vegetables, and I'm just been feeling like I really need them as of late. Oh, I have joined onto 2 lots of dance for starting in February, so I'm excited for that, as much as it's going to push me outside my comfort zone, but that is okay because I need that and I need the exercise, so that's going to be fantastic. Talk to you guys later.